Oh, there we go. There we go. We got action. We cooking with grease. We cooking with grease. All right. So, Rip? You can hear me. We all good?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
No. Say it again.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Wait. I can hear you. Can you hear me? But can you hear me? Hear you?
Yes, I can hear you. Hear me? Hearing me? Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, like I said, this is the Retired Nobody podcast. That's the name that we came up with. We love it. Hopefully, you guys love it too. And we just gonna talk about random stuff and rap and hip hop as people who never made it in the genre. But it doesn't matter because we gonna be solid. How was your day, Rip? Let's start this off on a positive note.
Asking me how my day is not a positive note. Today was crazy at the job. Absolutely insane. I was working with terrible people doing terrible things that left their mess for me. So, exhausting. How was yours?
My day was actually wonderful. I was able to. I went to my nephew's graduation and my god nephew's graduation. That's right.
Okay, heck yeah.
Um, because oddly enough, they both were born on the same day and graduated the same day from the same school. So ain't that something?
Okay, that's actually dope. Congrats. Congrats to them. Heck
Yeah,
yeah.
I still remember that day. We went up to the hospital. My mom called her best friend, said, "Hey, I'm in the hospital. My son's about to have his baby." She said, "Where you at?" Her best friend was like, "Well, I'm in the hospital. My son's about to have his baby." It was like, what?
Mm.
So yeah. Oh, we got one like that. One like a do you? Okay, I'm with it. So we're gonna talk about the whole Diddy, our opinions on Diddy trial. We also gonna hit on a little bit of Tory,
The diddler. Diddling all.
which is like I really wish you guys could have heard the horror story that we came up with for the first episode. But since whatever reason TikTok just wanted to be foolish, we weren't able to upload it. But it's all right because, like I said, learning process. We'll get it together. Oakland, the homie out here. I,
Yo, Oakland back.
yeah, so Rip,
Yeah.
how you feeling about the whole Diddler situation? Because I was listening to some of the case, and
Okay.
I want to be 100% transparent. I always
Okay.
thought that he was a cornball. I didn't know he was a perverted cornball, but I always thought he was a cornball. There's never. I was like, I used to give him props because I felt like he's the only person to make corny look cool. Like he's the only person that can be that corny, and people just react to in a positive way.
Okay.
And I'll always give him props for that because, like I said, not everyone can pull off corny like Diddy. But like I said, I didn't know he was a freaky cornball. I just thought he was a regular one. So
Oh,
anything you
see,
hear about it, that how you feel, like what, like your
okay.
thoughts on what's coming out.
But see, my thoughts on what's coming out is not surprising, realistically. When I'm biased, okay? And I'm leading with this. Once you make too much money, I automatically don't trust you. So when you become that high multimillionaire billionaire type status, I automatically think you done did some wild stuff to get to where you're at. I believe that you automatically have like a lot of these like hidden secrets kind of slid under the rug, and it's proven even more so over the past few years with the Epstein stuff, the Weinstein stuff, the R. Kelly stuff. So it's not surprising to me that all this stuff is coming out, especially because like I remember years back hearing about stuff about Diddy and Diddy's parties. And heck, oh my God, do you remember? It was I think it was at one of Diddy's parties. It was like normal house party, like up front, before the diddling started happening, where Kevin Hart was interviewing him and Diddy was talking about, yeah, me and Usher, we used to wrestle for the Frosted Flakes, and I'm like, Usher was like a kid. Diddy was a grown man wrestling for Frosted Flakes. First of all, you make enough money; it don't matter. You ain't got to fight over the Frosted Flakes. That was a really weird and a wild statement. So it's like
It really is.
everything that's coming out, everything that's coming out with this Diddy case. Of course the Kid Cudi stuff I heard about a while ago with a lot of the, the essay workers and stuff like that, and certain things that are going on. I'm like, I've always thought it was weird. I thought it was weird when he got with Cassie. Cassie is absolutely fine. Cassie Ventura, delicious, right? But I always thought it was strange because I'm like, he's moving her career ahead. She drops one song and then like, what? She vanishes and now she's shaving half of her head. She don't come with the same energy. He's always been kind of weird. He about to be found not guilty. Oh no. He's definitely going to be found not guilty for the RICO crimes. I bet money on that because he's influential. He's powerful, and the things that I've seen so far that they're starting to show doesn't really prove to me in my mind that it's hardcore like a RICO case. In my mind, if Young Thug can get off a RICO case, Diddy can get off the RICO case. The DA, see, I don't think the DA dropped the ball. I think what happened is he's tied with too many of prospects of like what the DA is cool with. So because of that, they slid some things up under there. So it's like I don't know. This entire situation is just wild. It's just a show. That's all it is. It's the Diddy case is a show. Everybody knew everything that Diddy was doing in the first place. It's not like, oh, out of nowhere. Like, make this make sense to me. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm just black. Okay. I want you to make this make sense to me. How in the world this Cassie tape where he gave her the ones and the twos was how many years ago? It was recorded already. He was able to get it kind of pushed aside. And then how long after? Now the security guard is releasing this footage or whoever did. It's a plan. It's a tactical plan. It's a tactical plan with this because Diddy's getting too powerful or doing some stuff. I honestly, once again, conspiracy theorist, I can't help it. The pigment, you know what I'm saying? The melanin in my skin just make me a little bit wild. When it comes to Diddy and this entire situation, if you think about the Ciroc vodka stuff and all that other wild stuff that was going on with his connections with other big major companies that are controlled by the Reflecto bots, I'm not going to explain what that is because I'm not going to let TikTok, ban anything. But y'all know what I'm talking about. I think this is just a strategic plan to take Diddy down a notch. I think that's all it is, realistically. Because even if nothing sticks in this case, the stigma of dealing with Diddy is still going to be there. He's still going to lose money. Thank you. Just a distraction. That's all it is. Reflecto bots in control. You know what I'm saying? Classic. Where you go? You got like a cup on your face. Where you going? Or does this just happen when you get quiet?
No. I had to text wife because she called me and I was like, yo, text me. I'm on live. Like, we.
Okay. That make change. But those are my thoughts. Very long-winded thoughts. Can't help it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a night ninja, and we all believe these types of things. So yeah. Your thoughts, classic. You done got extra quiet, man. I feel like I'm talking to myself. Yep. All right. Well, this format doesn't let me like the lot. What do you mean it won't let you like it? Because hold on, let me get this click. Bam! Look at that heart.
See, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
See, this is the thing when you have a woman that loves you and depends on you. Oh, this format doesn't let him like the live. Okay, well, we're trying something different because last time it was skipping when I tried to download it and it was a pain in the butt. But for y'all who don't know, we're going to be completely transparent. Oh, the whole time he's talking, my wife's calling because she just ate something and she wants something sweet. Why she just ain't text me this, I don't know. Because she didn't know I was on live. She's sabotaging me. I love her, but she's sabotaging me. It doesn't matter.
It sounds like it. It sounds like it.
They setting up Diddy, and then they're setting up me. We're both in the same boat. Apparently
I believe it.
Apparently we're all accountable for it anyway. So
what do you mean how I like the live, Oakland? You mean like how do I like going live? Going live in general. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right. I like it because I like to talk and I like the sound of my own voice. It's not cocky. Don't think it's cocky. It's just me being me. I dislike the live because I feel like it doesn't allow me to fully be me. To go off. Oh, oh, nah. I thought you was talking about me to talk about me. Okay, all right. I just double tap the screen,
Yeah,
like where
I
the
think
comment section is. Just double tap.
yeah, it was letting me do it for a while. I don't know. Oh yeah, like you got to find just the opening somewhere.
Yeah, just open it and tap it. Once you hit the opening and tap it, you good.
Yeah, because I can send a bunch of them. Um, but okay, so here's the thing with the whole Diddy thing. I think it is. I'm not going to necessarily say it's a setup, but I do think. How can I put this? I do think it's one of those things that she is more now looking for, trying to get more benefit out of it because of what happened. I'm not saying that nothing happened to her because we clearly know it did, but I feel like now it's more of, you know, I'm gonna find a way to benefit from all this crap that I done did, all this crap that I done been through, and try to gain something out of it. Because when I'm going back and listen to the stories of her getting beat up, what all the stuff with the baby oil, the freak offs, and what she had to do, the fact that they're using her as a human toilet, and all this other stuff, I just I don't necessarily feel like it's necessarily like, oh, a distraction. It just it's like your time is up. You know what I'm saying? Like I just feel like
No,
your time is
I
up.
don't.
So you don't feel
I'm
like
listening.
it's now, like almost like with a Weinstein situation. Like, okay, you've had your power, you done did what you did. Now it's time to now we about to mess you up real quick. Like now we're
There is a
about to try to get
reason.
you out of here.
There is a reason. Like I said, this has been going on for like over 2 decades. Weird stuff like this has been happening. How long ago was that Kid Cudi thing happened? That was over a decade ago. Um,
Yeah.
the whole him and Drake's interaction. How long did that happen ago? Like all of these, like I'm saying, to me, it just don't make sense. Like if you know somebody around you is doing some wild stuff, you either gonna distance yourself, try to get them to correct whatever action they doing, and or you gonna do something about it depending on the situation. There's no way. Like okay, in the beginning, I think it was like a grooming entrapment thing. Then from the grooming entrapment thing, it was the DV stuff was really heavy. The DV, the controlling, the narcissism, all of that stuff. Then eventually, I think the Stockholm syndrome kicked in with her and her whole entire situation. And then I believe because of that Stockholm syndrome, it kind of became like kind of like a necessary evil in her mind. There may have been a certain time where she was on the baby oil cocktail and stuff like that to get her to where she needed to be and stuff like that. And then it kind of seemed like it was voluntary, but it really wasn't. It was based on trauma. So you fallen into this because of trauma. But everybody knew this. Even if you think about before Cassie, Kim Porter, everybody knew this. Make it make sense how everybody in the group that he came in, all of them had some type of mysterious ailment. But have you ever heard anything happen to Diddy aside from his lips ain't quite as ashy? Like, like thank you, R.I.P. Kim, and that's what I'm saying. So it's like it's repeated things. It's repeated things over decades. There is no your time is up. There is I see a way to monetize on X, Y, and Z. And like I said, it's a distraction to me. There's no way it's not just a distraction for what's happening and what's going on. There's a reason Diddy's been able to go this long. There's a reason R. Kelly, I think the only reason they went at R. Kelly because the money started drying up. To be completely honest, I don't think there's any other reason aside from that.
100%. It's the same reason they tried to come at Michael Jackson, even though they already admitted to lying, and then they
Yeah,
saw Kelly thing, and then they went back to, well, no, Michael did. Like, no, y'all admitted to lying and saying y'all parents put you up to it. Don't switch now. Like
yeah.
you letting it be
And
known.
then once again, Michael was a little bit too strong. Mike was too strong. He owned too much. He was trying to do too much, and that situation. That's a whole nother thing. I think that's a sabotage setup system. Pill Cosby. His name is no longer Bill Cosby. His name is Pill
We
Cosby.
not
All
gonna
right.
disrespect him. No, Billard.
Hey, he was putting all kinds of stuff in the pudding.
That's hilarious.
But
The
like,
cocktails and stuff in the pudding pop. You go and take this, and you go sleep at night, and
yeah,
ah.
yeah, even 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 when you think about Bill Cosby situation, they didn't really touch him until he tried to go for NBC. When he tried to buy NBC, they're like, nah, Negro, nah, not today, not for you. And now it's all of his stuff comes out. And I always compare it to what was that dude's name? What was that dude's name? Yeah, and it was from 50 years ago. They didn't say anything to him, and
What
then
up,
once he's
Fred?
trying to get NBC, all of that stuff is coming back. It's wild. And then you look at like the dad from Seventh Heaven, the weird stuff that was happening there. What happened? They took Seventh Heaven off the air, and then he kind of just faded into the background. Nobody didn't really make a big scene. It was probably on the news for maybe like a month, a week or something. But he was grooming these girls, doing inappropriate things. Ain't nobody say nothing. Now, granted, the level to what he was doing ain't to the same level as a Diddy. But the topic, it started off on Diddy, and then it kind of just evolved into just everybody who's doing wild stuff. like like recently at least.
Yeah, we're working on this podcast idea, and this is how we're doing it for right now. We're like I said, we're still gonna figure everything out. Pretty soon, I'm gonna take this joint over to Twitch so Rip can be Rip, and then we can just
Bruh, I would be so happy. I can say anything that I want to say. Oh my gosh. Rip Unfiltered. It's a new MTV show. Yeah, not sponsored.
Yo, them old MTV shows used to be legit though, weren't they? Like I remember when like they used to do like the VJ thing, man. Oh my goodness, yo. Good.
Throwbacks.
Now they don't even show music videos.
No, not at all.
It is ridiculous at this point. But I was thinking about that
Okay,
dude Jesse a couple weeks ago. See you around. I don't know what happened to him. That Joker was here and gone quickly.
here and gone.
That Joker dropped the album and everyone was like, you know what? We don't like you no more. And it was
That part. Mm-hmm.
but
The
yeah, I honestly
quickness.
feel like with me, like I said, when I see stuff like that, I feel like, oh, you lost a bit of your power, so now it's the time to attack you. Because at the end of the day, it was really effed up about all of this is the reason these folks get away with a lot of it is just simply because they have the power to do so. They have the money and power to do so. So they do. Once you
Mm-hmm.
have that, and that's to me, that's always going to bring on bad behavior when you can do things and then get away with it. It's always going to,
Mm-hmm.
it's always going to end up where you're going to push and get further and further and further. So now you feel like you can't do anything. So now you can take videos of Meek Mills in a pool and be like, "What up, Daddy?" And then everyone just kind of, you know what I'm saying? Everyone just kind of like, "Ah, that's just Diddy being Diddy." But nah, it's like, nah, bro, you really wild.
I, I did not know we were going to talk about Cheek Mills. That's hilarious. That's
Cheek
hilarious.
Mills. Wow, I never heard that. That is hilarious. Cheek Mills.
Yeah, Cheek Mills.
Cheek Mills. We got it, man. I don't know. I feel like we gotta save that. Cheek Mills. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But like I said, that's why with Diddy, everything. I just feel like, yeah, I feel like, man, hey, you losing some power, and now you kind of lost that power, kind of lost that grip. Now it's time to
Yeah.
attack because that's how it always feels. Like they don't ever attack you when you at your height, but when that doggone star start coming down a little bit, they come at you. And they do
Mm-hmm.
it
They
every
come
time.
out of nowhere.
Yeah, they come straight out of nowhere and be like, "Oh, we've been watching you for a while. We're just waiting for you to slip up." We're waiting for you to not have so much power over it. You know what I'm saying? And because I
Yeah.
always used to think that there was like a curse on Bad Boy because like how come everyone that signed to that label that ain't the same when they get out?
It
Like
was a curse on Bad Boys. His name is the Diddler. He cursed their contracts. He cursed their future careers. He cursed their network opportunities. He cursed their families. He blessed their cars with things that go boom. Who
the
were even
only
adjacent to him. Yeah,
and I
like
want to go on. I want to go on record saying the only people he ain't never played with was the Locks. The only
he
group
knew better.
he
He
ain't
knew
played
better.
with was them. I still remember them talking about him on the radio, and he called with that ruckus, and they were like, "Dude, we will come up to that office. Like, don't
Yeah,
play." They were like, "Yo,
nah.
don't play with us. We will come up to the office, and we can handle it for real." And then he calmed down a little, like, "Yeah, like you know who you can do that stuff with, but
Hmm.
yeah, them joke." So yeah, I used to just look at everybody like, man, they with Diddy, and then the next thing you know, they like losing their mind, or they something just happened to their spirit and whatnot, and it's just like I don't understand. Like I said about people like cornballs. Like I said, he made it.
Nah, that
Made
baby
it
oil has soul draining properties. That's what it is, and it's in the fine print on the baby oil. Very very deep soul draining properties. Um,
oh,
it's
I get
wild.
that. Is that under like where it tells you what's in it, like the ingredients?
Yeah, yeah. Nobody reads the ingredients for things anymore, but yeah, it's right up under there. It's
Okay.
actually the very first ingredient, so it's
Hold on.
strong. It's really strong.
I think I got a some Johnson and Johnson baby oil. Let me check. Let me check. Yeah,
Oh, so
right there.
you're a Diddy sympathizer then. I thought we
First
threw all our
thing.
baby oil out. We're supposed to.
Yeah, like every time I open the top, it go. So it's like you know what I'm saying. It
Yo,
really brings
I
out the
imagine
best in me.
when people open the baby oil, they open it and all you hear is we ain't going nowhere.
Yo, that's crazy. Nah, nah, nah. Like what in the world? Let's get it. Like what in the world? Where's this music coming from my baby oil? Man?
I need
Only the
somebody to
churches
make that a
drive
skit.
by, and then just close it. Be like, what the?
Gosh, I need somebody to make that a skit. It'd be amazing.
Sean Combs. Like they're really missing out on Sean Combs' baby oil. Like I feel like if he does get off from this, I feel like he's doing everyone a disservice not to create a baby oil lubricant. Like I really
Classic. I'm pretty
feel
sure
like
that's the problem that he's been getting off from this. That's what the court case is about. What are you talking
that
about?
is
If he gets off from this, like,
hilarious.
come on.
That's good. That was good. That was good. That was good. That was good. I can't even say nothing. That was an amazing flip into that.
You're
But
welcome, sir. I'll be here all Tuesday.
oh, Wednesday. I
No,
get
no,
it.
all Tuesday. All right, I live in the past. Don't worry about it. These things happen like that.
Oh,
Because I
yeah.
want to be over in like Asia. I think they're behind us, aren't they? I think.
I don't know. You got to tell me. I have no clue.
I don't know. I'll tell you next week if I decide to go. So with with this entire Diddy trial and everything, do you think it's going to be one of those things that it's going to be resolved and he's going to go about his day, or do you think it's going to be one of those situations where Epstein, like what do you think's going to happen with this?
If he gets off from this trial, I don't think nothing's going to happen to him because if something was going to happen to him, I feel like it would already happen to him. You know,
Okay.
I really think when it comes to Diddy, like I'm honestly unsure if he's even going to get like prosecuted or even be found guilty. You feel what I'm saying? Like I don't even think that
Yeah.
it's going to be that. I feel like it's going to be a situation that there's a good chance that he might get off, and then unfortunately he's probably going to play the God route. You know, the whole well. God looking after me, and even though these demons try to take me down, like, dude, you were the one with the baby oil pissing on folks, but everyone else didn't.
Yeah.
But so I feel like it'll be that he might try to release some music, change his name to Slick Diddy, and then the next thing you know, hey, everyone forgives him. Everyone forgives him and forgets it happened. Be like, yeah. That's just Diddy. Like, yo, that would be a crazy sitcom too. Like, to have like the most perverted, nastiest person around, and when they do something, to be like, that's just Diddy, and then that's
Yo,
the
I
tagline.
just thought about it. Okay,
That's the
all right.
tagline.
Here's the scene. All right, it opens up. Somebody goes into their house. Cool, no problem. They got to go to the bathroom. They run to the bathroom. They sit down. They use the bathroom. They flush the toilet. They freak out. They scream. They look down. It's Diddy's face in the toilet. That's just Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my gosh. Oh my
Oh, and
gosh.
like they pretend to be scared, like oh my, Puffy is just you, and that's when the music,
Mm-hmm.
that's just Diddy, and then it's like it just ding, it's like a little jingle. Like we need to get someone with a xylophone that just hit the correct notes, like that's just Diddy,
And he's
and
got a wink. He's got a wink. He's
and
got a
oh,
wink.
and then the wink, and then you give him the Quagmire jaw, dude.
Mm-hmm.
We got
Get
it.
it. And this is easy. This is easy. You can, hey, anybody on here knows anybody, feel free to hire us. Classic and Ripshot. We're writing uh, for all of your dark humor needs. For a low, low fee of $49.95, I'll get you to where you need to be. Yeah, got this.
Yeah. All right. So that like I said, that whole situation is crazy. But also
Okay.
another situation with other rappers, and this is Tory and Megan, and how. So how do
Breaks my heart.
so how do you feel about the Tory Megan, the whole thing? I'm gonna be real, like. Because, well, one thing, it makes me realize how much people don't pay attention to stuff. Because, there's that video going around, and people are like, oh, see, she said she stepped on glass. So, and I'm like, that's not a new video, though. Like, that
Yeah.
video's been out. Like, that was the first video released. That's what she told the doctor. From what I understand, from what I remember when it first started, it was a doctor that was saying, this don't look like you stepped on glass. This that
Mm-hmm.
doesn't look like that. And I remember, which I think a lot of other people forget, when this whole thing came out, that was her whole thing. Yeah, on glass. It's not that big of a deal. Nothing's wrong. And it wasn't until Tory and his team went to go throw Megan under the bus. Because at first, wasn't no one saying nothing. But then
Yeah.
when Tory and his team started throwing Megan under the bus, she was like, "Oh, this is the game we playing. All right, nope, this ain't the way it's gonna go down." And next thing you know, now she's speaking. Now she's saying what she's saying. Because that's how I see it.
Yeah.
And I know like a lot of people are taking up for Tory, and a lot of people taking up for black men. But it's situations like this, and with Diddy and even R. Kelly and other people, that always go back to the Boondocks, where Huey tells them not every Negro that gets arrested is Nelson Mandela, and that's what
Yep.
I'm feeling. Because I'm like,
Yep.
there's no way you're going to tell me someone with a history of violence like Tory has. Now all of a sudden he's just the innocent dude. There's reports of you starting fights, getting caught with weapons, doing all this crazy stuff. But now, now all of a sudden we supposed to believe that you like, and I think that's one of those things where it's like you're kind of in a jacked up situation regardless. But it's like, yo, you got a history of being violent, homie. I don't think anyone can deny that. And then it doesn't help that the person that had your back, you went to go try to throw them under the bus, which to me makes you even more look like kind of a sucker. Because like, why didn't you just keep it solid like she was keeping it solid? Everyone could have just been quiet about the situation, and no one would have been hurt. But now it's a now it's different because you wanted to be like, nah, this is and I just feel like, nah, man. Now it's left. So what do you feel about it? Because I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm on either side, but I'm like, I'm not gonna fully say like, Tory, you innocent, because there's a very good chance with your
I
track
am
record. There's a very good chance you did
I
what
am
you did.
biased. I am biased. I'm 100% biased because Meg Thee Stallion is my spirit love, and everything about her is absolutely perfect and amazing. So, like, when it comes to me talking about Megan, my biasness says, "Bam, Megan don't lie," because she's Megan. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, God dang, man, she's beautiful, anime Dog chocolate woman, anyways. But when you look at the facts and you take, my wife's, feelings out of this, uh, it becomes one of those situations where it's messy. It's messy. Because like you can see it from any perspective. You can see it from a black woman protecting a black man. You can see it from a black man at one point in time trying to do the right thing and protect the black woman, but then things start going around and it gets kind of weird and hazy. So I understand on each side. I get it. Completely get it. I understand it. Megan's friend, quote unquote. That's the one that I have the biggest problem with in the situation. But that's only because I don't really feel she held Megan down, but at the same time, I just don't like her. I don't know, something about her I don't like. But when it comes to the Meg and Tory thing, I really do think it boiled down to he was smashing both of them. They got into an argument. It escalated to something else. They may have started scuffling and everything, especially as new evidence and new information comes out. They start scuffling. Meg's friend, quote unquote, decides to pick up a gun to threaten her, does whatever she does, and Tory then jumps in to try to stop it. Because I mean, I know a lot of people done went through that where it's like, hey, all right, I've been out here doing some wild stuff. Now I need to try to break this up, whether it be, smashing X amount of people or chilling with wrong people, don't matter. And because Megan got hurt, Megan got injured or whatever and stuff like that, she didn't want to throw her friend in jail for it. So it was just quiet. And then once the situation started coming back up, they both decided, hey, we're just going to gang up together because everybody expects him to be this wild dude. So we'll just pin it on him. And then as he was fighting back and forth, you got 2v1, and then nobody else in the car was really saying anything, which is really weird. And then Tory get put in there. Granted, he do fight. He was getting in all of this stuff and everything. That don't mean you always the bad guy. Just because you do some bad stuff here and there and got an attitude and all that stuff. And then like I felt bad for him, especially after this. He got the pokes.
Oh yeah,
which
that
is
was
wild.
That's
That's
crazy.
what I'm saying. So I'm like, and now and it's weird. Once again, this is something else that's weird. Doesn't make sense. Okay, the melanin in my body tells me something don't sound right. So you're saying this entire time the situation is happening because this happened a few years ago is when
Yeah.
it really sparked off. It happened a few years ago. The same information, new quote unquote evidence, comes out now after he gets poked, which is still weird because he didn't get poked until he was already about to get out. Make it make sense to me. Like something just doesn't seem right. It does not seem right. And I
So
may have it's something's weird about this situation. I honestly think it was one of those situations where somebody higher up does not want Meg to look bad. So they can't have the story out that, oh, Meg is, doing this with her friends, dude, and all of that stuff. Now, we can't make it look this way. We need to make it look like, oh, she's a victim. What happened after that happened? She had like one of her biggest runs. Album sales. She's on this, she's on that. She's getting all of these kind of different things and stuff like that. It started slowing down lately. And now, we were saying earlier, hey, once that momentum starts peeling off, the real truth comes out. And now
yeah,
everybody gets to judge you. And that's exactly what's happening now.
yeah, I'm with you on that one because that's exactly how it feels like it's starting to happen. Like I'm even starting to see people who love Megan Thee Stallion from flow, delivery, and all that stuff to where now it's like, man, she rap about the same thing. Her last album was a flop. Her last song was a flop, and this crazy
No, it
thing.
wasn't. You guys are wrong. You guys are wrong.
I
Meg,
did.
your album was amazing. Great. Splendid
I don't
even.
think I listened to it.
It was the best. I think it was the best album I've heard in the last decade. So, thank you. Thank you.
So you just want to get some draws, and this is there's no point in this. They're not even being honest with yourself. You probably ain't heard but one. You ain't probably heard no song off that joint. It's just like Megan. It's great. Please dress up for me. That's all I'm hearing.
Dress up,
Cosplay.
dress down, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? And I have listened to the whole album. I've listened to a couple of albums actually.
From Megan?
Yeah.
I only listen to like one.
No, I listened to a couple of them because I was curious what the hype was about and everything, and I was like, I'll try it out, and I'm like, it's not bad. It's really not. I mean, it's amazing actually. One of the best albums I've heard in the last 15 years.
Nah. Just stick with what you're saying. We're not gonna go back. Stick with what you're saying. But anyway, I think her albums is cool. I just wish she would talk about other things. That'd be the thing that get me with all of them. Like, yo, just switch up the content a little bit. That's it. That's all I ask for.
I think she's speaking amazingly. It's just like Shakespearean type delivery and content.
Oh
It's really
yeah,
strong.
I really do get the Shakespeare with when it comes to Megan. Shaketh thy rump for this wet this
Hey,
wet posterior.
hey, for one, sir, that is possibly the best things I've ever heard in my life. Um,
A Shakespeare Megan album. This could be another idea. Or a Shakespeare twerk related album. It could be another thing that we work
that's
on.
disgusting.
That end
That's
up
disgusting.
no,
That's disgusting.
it's the best
Yeah,
idea
that's gross.
ever. Like, no, you really
That's
gotta wait. We really gotta put this to some music. Like, I need to go on YouTube and then look up like what 15th century instrumentals and see what I can pull out of it so we can do this. Like, can you imagine you on stage and someone playing like a piccolo and then they got like the guitar that got the big butt at the end of it. I don't know what you call it. And then they're just strumming along and then the next thing you know, someone comes out talking about twerking and doing other thing like they call me sausage wallet or something like that. I think that we have like I really feel like I have so many ideas that I should be a multimillionaire and it's a shame I'm not.
Yeah, you just got to put them out. You know what I'm saying? It's because you be procrastinating too hardcore. Okay, that's what it is. As somebody who doesn't procrastinate at all, I can call you out because you're a procrastinator and I'm not. So,
No,
it's one of
you.
those things.
Well, you know what? I am a procrastinator, but eventually I do it. You, on the other hand, you just talk yourself out of it. You'll be like, oh, I want to make a sandwich. Oh, but do I want turkey or do I want roast beef or do I want ham? Or what if I don't want ham, but I want roast beef and turkey? Or what if I want mayo? But what about Chipotle mayo? Oh, then I got to make Chipotle mayo, but now I don't have any Chipotle. So now I got to go get some Chipotle peppers and put them in the mayo. Oh, that seems like too much work. I just get a bag of chips. That's you.
Nah, I think I
At
default to like Reese's
least
peanut butter
I go.
cups. You know what I'm saying?
At least I go for it.
Yeah,
At
you
least
right.
I
You right.
go
You
for it.
right.
I it may take me a while to get there. Like, yeah, I'm almost 40 and I'm embarking on a social media career that has made me more money than I ever made off rap. What's it? That ain't got nothing to do with nothing, you know?
Oh my God! You know what? That's a perfect segue. What was your favorite thing about performing when you were performing?
My favorite
I
thing
mean, we're
about
retired, the retired nobody. So I mean, I think like in every single like live we have, we should have some type of commentary on that. Our favorite thing
hmm,
that we miss about rapping. I mean, it's dope. It talks about our retirement. You know what I'm saying?
I think the thing that I miss about performing was people being surprised that I can rap. That in itself, because I don't look like a rapper. I don't look like the
Yeah.
typical guy that you think is actually going to have bars. But when I go on that stage and then I start rapping, and then because it's happened more than once where people just stop and look like I can't believe you're doing this.
That's the
Like,
best feeling in the world.
yes, it
Jeez.
was just
That
great.
surprise.
It was great. That'll probably be the main thing that I miss is that, just the whole when I rap, people stop and looking at me like, I can't believe you rap that good. Like, I know you said you're a rapper, but oh no, so you're just not you're a rapper. You're not just, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That I always get a kick out of that. What about you? What do you miss about
I
performing?
I think I mean the thing that I miss the most is performing on stage. Hands down. Like it's like a light switch. You turn it on, and it's just like the world fades away. Nothing else matters, but like conveying that confidence and your lyrical prowess, or like when you go say a bar and somebody catches it and you can see their eyes just get wide, like, did this dude? And it's like, yo, it's that feeling, and it just hits so differently. I mean, like, you remember when we went and performed, and on Monster, you still is still the dopest. I think the dopest thing you have ever said. That Super Saiyan bar, the Goku thing,
Oh
that
yeah.
was like, bruh, like, I was like, yo, this right here, something about it hit so hard, and I'm like, I've never heard anybody say it like that, and it's just like, it was monstrous, and you could even tell people's responses to it and stuff and how they felt about it. And I remember the first time I heard it, and I was like, classic, aight. And then I heard that, I was like, I don't know, he may be a problem. I was like, I don't know about this. I don't know about this. But yeah,
Yeah.
definitely the on stage thing. Definitely. Um, and you know, it's weird. I don't know if you went through this, but I think like some of the most like emotional times I've had as an adult doing like music was probably on stage. I remember when I performed Hyperbole like for the first time on
Wow.
stage, and I was teared up. I was like choking up. I was like, yo, I ain't no bitch, but I'm like, man, it was hitting me. Or when I performed at one of it was a paid show or whatever. That Pharoah Salam's, shout out Pharoah, man. Jesus Christ. I
Oh,
know
Pharaoh
he had the
Salon.
name change and all that stuff. But when I performed at one of the hotels, and afterwards, like, this little girl came up to me and like wanted like a hug and an autograph, or like this one blind guy says, "Oh, I can't see you, but I could feel what you were saying," and
That's
like,
crazy. That's
and
crazy.
yeah, and it was just like, oh my gosh, I'm like, and then somebody had teared up too, and it was when me and Wingspan had did Angels, and it's just remembering that. It's like, that's the feeling I love, the being able to affect and reach people you don't even know that you can realistically reach. But then I also hate the aspect of actually recording. I think it's just because, like, it's because I feel like not a lot of people can like get my vocal tone down right. Luckily, I've run into people that can, like, Clef Soul, Hawk, you know, Hawkeye and everything. Like, they can do it, but a lot of people, it's hard because of how my voice is to get it right. So recording becomes like something that's really tedious for me, and I'm like, I just don't want to do it. I just want to go on stage and perform. Like, just give me the beat, and I'll just put on my like ad libs or whatever, or my dubs on the hook, and I'll just go and do whatever. Like, I'm okay with that.
Well, when you use BandLab, you can just do that, and who knows, you might be good at just doing it
Not
yourself.
sponsored. Not sponsored. Not
Non-sponsored,
sponsored.
yeah,
Not
non-sponsored.
sponsored.
But that'd be crazy. Like, yeah, and also you can get BandLab and da da da. But I think like I get, what's crazy is I get that feeling when I'm just doing the social media stuff. Like when I was
Yeah.
recording, like, yeah, people rocked with it. They people like, yo, I loved your verse on here, or it made me feel something here, and dot dot dot. But social media has given me something where people like tell me like, oh, you inspired me to start doing social media, or your videos, like, I love seeing your videos when they pop up. They, make me feel better or make me laugh or something like that. Like, and there's people I don't even know. Like the dude who hopped on here, Craig, like, legit, he told me like, dude, you are one, like, you're like, and it felt weird when he said it because I don't feel like I'm a big TikTok creator. But he's like, dude, you were the first big TikTok creator that like I really love their content, and I never felt like I was.
Yeah.
And I mean, well, 71,000
I've
followers.
been told you made it. I don't know why. I told you, man, you TikTok famous, and us little peons just be hopping on here to entertain you. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's
We don't
it's
need no
crazy because
business.
and that might be it, but yeah. That might be it. That might be it. But yeah, so that's how I feel about this. Like just and that's why I don't even think I could actually go back. Like I don't ever think music will be a main thing for me again. I think I can say that honestly. I can say
Yeah,
I might start recording again, but I mean I'm talking about I'm gonna like do a track here or there, and then it kind of just is what it is. Like I don't ever think
yeah.
it'll be a main thing because of what I'm doing here, and like the doors that are opening and like the opportunities and stuff that are happening here. I don't think I could ever go back to just like full on. I'm a recording artist. And you know what? That's going to be a topic for next week. We're going to talk about things that we dislike about things we dislike about hip hop culture and things that we don't like.
So we're gonna
Trying to
talk
break.
on that for like 18 hours straight, no breaks.
We could. I still cringe at some of the stuff that we did and some of the stuff that you got me involved in. Like some of the stuff.
Excuse me. I didn't do anything. I
Oh,
didn't
so
do
we're not
anything.
gonna talk about the sports club. No,
Okay, all
we're gonna
right.
talk about it next week.
Yeah.
But okay. So let's not forget the sports club. Let's not forget that one time that it was behind the building or wherever that was that I don't even think we ended up performing. Uh,
Sir, I need you to put more details into that because that sounds really sus after us having a conversation about Diddy. All right. I
I
convinced
can't
you
because
to
I
go
can't
behind
remember
the
where it was.
building
I just
that
remember it
one
was
time.
behind.
I need you to do this. I need you to do this better.
No, nope. I'm gonna say it how it is.
You're
It,
flailing. You're flailing
it
right now,
was
sir. I ain't
it
about
was
that life.
behind. It was behind some type of mini mall. It was like it almost looked like someone just built a shack on the back of this building. And it's like, yeah, this is a club. People perform here. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
this is real.
Yeah.
And then let's not forget that you made me miss when J. Cole brought out Drake and Jay Z in Fayetteville. Yeah, I ain't
You're
forget.
welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
I ain't forget about it. I ain't
You're
forget.
welcome. And in hindsight, you're welcome.
What do you mean
Yeah.
hindsight?
You're welcome. I saved you from what the future was going to show about certain people. You're welcome. You're welcome.
I disagree. I disagree. It would have been still dope to see. Even though, yeah, that whole. In fact, that video is doing well right now, man. About like going back and watching the reactors react to the Kendrick and Drake beef. That video is doing really good right now. But
I love going back to see that, especially because it's just been over a year, and I'm like, man, it's oh man, I'll remember that forever. I remember that forever. That was a special night,
I
real
really
special
wish,
night.
like, yo, I really wish you was online, man. Like, cause dude, the conversations we were having that night on live, I'm like, dude, you really should have been part of it. Like,
Yeah.
it was so much fun. But, but yeah, y'all. So definitely next week we're going to get into why we are retired nobodies and why we really stepped away from music and I feel like that's going to be like we probably don't even need another topic. That might
No, no,
be
it's because
the
Timberland
topic.
never signed me. I want to get signed by Timberland. He ain't signed me. He ain't want to sign me, man. You know what I'm saying? Who else? Who else? Pharrell. Oh my gosh. See, Pharrell, Timberland, they ain't never signed me. So me and my wife Megan Thee Stallion, I'm just walking around non-signed, and it's wild. It's wild. I don't understand it. Doesn't make sense.
Well, actually, she's signed and you're not. So something that makes me believe that you're kind of mooching off of her. And what's crazy is she don't even know that you got a white woman on the side, which is wild. You know,
That's what we're gonna do nowadays. That's what we're doing.
hey, that's you, brother. I ain't. You the one got them side chicks. I don't. You know, that's a
Should
you.
respect it. Should respect it and understand it. Otherwise, I'll tell the world the things that I know. So yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Show them your toe. Show them your toe, Megan. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm playing. There's something there's something weird afoot. No, I'm playing. Be throwing
You
that
said
little
what? What Oakland say? My promotional deal with went up in smoke when parked out. Oh snap! For real? God
oh
dang! All right, Oakland. Jeez.
I think really that next week is definitely gonna be the topic of why we are retired nobodies and why we don't really rap no more. Because I know I got a couple things, and there's so many things I look at in the game now is like super whack that it's just like, uh,
But like this would honestly, this time that we're in now would be the perfect time to actually be rappers. Like, because you remember one of my biggest grievances was it's like nobody cares about your bars. They just want to dance. That BS. Nobody cares. Like you remember even when around the time we had first started like really kind of rapping together and stuff like that, it always came down to the whole entire thing where it's like I can out rap whoever your favorite artist is easily. I can out bar them. I can out make songs. I can easily do it. I could out entertain. And I'm like, that's why like my performance style when I would perform was a certain way. And I know that's why your performance style was a certain way too. Because it's like, y'all ain't listening to what we're saying, but we got more
hey,
energy on stage than
hold
you.
on 1 second, because I think that Oakland has requested to come up here, and I'm gonna let him up here in a minute so we can like chop it up for a little bit. But I just wanted to let you know that, so I'm gonna let you finish though. So go ahead,
All
do you?
right, that's it. I'm done. I want to talk to Oakland. Get him on there.
Yo, Oakland.
Yo, yo, what's happening? What's happening? Can y'all hear me?
What's up, man?
Yeah,
Yes,
we can
sir.
hear you clearly. So I don't even know if this is gonna be in the podcast or not, but if y'all don't know, the homie Oakland's in the building, been rocking with him on the whole TikTok thing, and we definitely like we already got next week what we about to talk about, and then I can guarantee y'all that's gonna be a good one. But go ahead, Oakland, go ahead and tell us what you got to say.
So both of y'all used to rhyme? Both of y'all used
Yes,
to.
sir.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay. Well, I know about classic, but I would, I just met you last week, so I didn't know about your history. So I'm just
Sir,
learning.
monster, lyrical. I love wordplay. I love telling stories. I like fun stuff. Yeah, yeah. I
Okay,
miss.
okay.
Yeah, like he is a very he's what you would call a very intricate rapper. And I said this last week, like sometimes his bars are so intricate that if you are not informed on the topic that he is talking about, it will go completely over your head and you will miss it. Like so one time when he did a Street Fighter bar, if you're not even familiar with the characters that was in Street Fighter, and I'm not even talking about just Ken Ryu. I'm talking about, you got to go kind of in the roster to know some of these people. Like he would, if you didn't know it, them bars just gonna go over because you're not gonna know what he's talking about. Like that's his style.
Ah, okay, okay. I see, I see. Did either one of y'all battle rap?
I battle rap for like I did a couple of them.
Okay,
Nah,
okay.
I can't battle rap because I do have a flaw in my style. I can't punchline rap to save my life. like
Ah,
like I've tried. That's one of the things I've always been like kind of envious of Classic because he can punchline rap. Mine's
okay.
just like I'm like a daylight rapper where it's like you have to catch it for it to be a punch, but I can't directly punch. I don't know why. It's just maybe it's because like my roots come from like poetry. I used to write poetry all the time, so it was always like real intricate
Oh,
type stuff. So when I started rapping, it kind of spilled over to it.
so when you were doing poetry, was it more a cappella, just straight you and the
Yeah,
mic? That's it. Ah, okay, okay. I can see
yeah.
that. See that. I heard that. Yeah, I was just I accidentally pressed the request button because of how y'all got the format. It's not like usual where you could just press the screen or press
Yeah.
the host's screen and like the live. It's like it's the whole damn screen is damn near request to come up.
Yes, sir.
So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I done requested about 40 times since y'all been in live, like trying to like the live. But y'all was talking about next week, and I was thinking about like my history and my past, and yeah, I started promoting and doing shows at like 16. So by the time
Yeah.
I was like 18 and I was up and running and doing real shows, I had I had a production crew. You know what I'm saying? It was straight danked out productions, and we used to throw parties and shows and all that stuff. And I had a line through my folks, and I met the vice president of Warner I think this was like 92, 93, and I was on the table for whatchamacallit, doing promotions for Warner Brothers and all their subsidiaries in Northern California. So like the Bay Area, the Sacramento would
That's
have been
dope.
all me. But Pac died. And they changed, man, they switched up their game. When Pac died, they was like, yeah, we're going in a different direction.
Hey,
And
yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Oh wait, Oakland, how old are you?
I'm 53.
Ain't no way. Ain't no. I never. I thought you was in your 30s like me, homie. I mean, well, I'm about to be 40.
No! Wait a second. Well, you know what? Not saying how would you know or how would you assume, but I'm tripping on what was I letting Classic know, or what was I saying in Classic comments that made him think that I'm 20 years younger than I actually am. Yeah, I'll be 54 in November.
That's
I'm
crazy.
a,
Okay.
I'm a 72 baby.
Oh, I'm
Wow.
86. That's wild.
80, I'm 88.
Okay. Yeah, so I graduated high school in 90.
I wasn't even in high school. I was in
Yeah, I was about to say,
2001. I entered high
2002, I
school.
was in high school.
Yeah. See, so it's like that's the vantage point. Like remember we was talking about like the battle thing. That's why when I look at it and I hear anybody coming from the East Coast talking about some West Coast dick licking, I don't give a fuck what else you talking about. I don't give a fuck what your name is. You could be Jay-Z, you could be Nas. Fuck you. Fuck what you talking about. I don't give a fuck how nice your shit is. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Cause I felt
Yeah.
like you just like you coattail riding, you know what I'm saying? You know K Dot
Mm-hmm.
ain't about to say shit to you because you're beneath him. So what are you doing? You
Mm-hmm.
just punching up at air. So it's like to me it's like really disingenuous where it's like I understand from the aspect of getting more music, but I'm like at some point where I feel like if it feels like not genuine or disingenuous, it takes away from it from me. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
he could have left that bar out of the song, done whatever the fuck he wanted to do, and it would have been fine. And then this motherfucker's talking about why everybody from the whole label saying something about him because he called out the West Coast. And
He did.
if you don't understand, we have been dealing with the East Coast, West Coast shit since 87, 88.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Constantly. It never stopped. We
Yo,
never really made amends. We just lost motherfuckers on both sides.
and that's why I used to tell folks that's why I made one of my videos when I talked about like the separation in rap music when Jada Kid said it. I'm like the separation in rap music came from New York because New York never wanted to be a part of anybody.
There
They
you
talk
go.
trash about the South. They talk trash about the West. And what always boggles
Yeah.
me is we're talking about the same things: money,
Yes.
cars, clothes, the streets. The only thing is different is the flow patterns and the beats that are used. But
Very,
everything else is the same. But because it doesn't have like an 808, not an 808, you guys set up that disconnect, and that's why
they set up that dynamic. And you know what's cold
we don't
is
rock with y'all a lot. That's why we clown New York cats, like because y'all did like even like in Richmond, California is where Master P started really
he
moving.
got put
So
on.
yeah, so he knew the South and the West for some whatever reason we got a connection, and we could do this. We could just tour South and West and make money. I can go
Southwest Riders
I can go
compilation.
from I can go from Louisiana to California, California right back to Louisiana, and we just make money in this area because we rock with each other because we always looking out. It was
We we
it,
never we fuck with everybody that fuck with us no matter where you was from. If you didn't fuck with us, then we didn't fuck with you. But like everybody in the South, we knew Too Short was going platinum in 88 and 89, not just selling in California, but in Detroit, in St. Louis, in Houston, in New
Mm-hmm.
Orleans. Them was all his pockets. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Man, it's like it's so intricate and so much shit that like if you look at like Master P, you can't give Master P all this credit, because if you start to do that, then you got to give credit to the Bay Area. We are 2
Yep.
times removed. We on the West Coast and we not in LA. You think they about to give credit to the Bay Area for being impactful when it really is, but you want to deny because it ain't just all boom bap and the only people that you pick out the Bay Area is hieroglyphics? Come on now. You know what I'm saying? It's like the waters is so murky, and it's like it's a lot of disingenuous, it's like sneak dissing. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
has been going back and forth for decades. And the coldest thing, and I'm gonna tell you, the coldest thing now is, unfortunately, the South is becoming like the New York against the West.
Really?
Fuck them niggas, man. Not y'all per se, but like in other rooms that I be on TikTok, I am noticing like it's motherfuckers from the Midwest, the motherfuckers from the South that be like, fuck E40 and fuck Too Short. And I'm like, you do know
God,
if it
that
wasn't
hurt
for
my
them,
heart right there because I love E40. Like E40 was like one of my
This
favorite dudes on the West Coast
even if
for
you
the
don't like
longest time.
E40, you
Like,
still know who
man,
he
that's
is.
wild. Yeah,
I ain't got
yeah.
no dreads, but I'm planning on growing some.
Hey,
Like,
don't spend
nah, man.
$85,000 on a car before you buy a house.
Mm-hmm.
That was in 90.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, and I'm gonna tell you what's really crazy about that is like I remember Snoop telling the story about how Master P was taking care of his artists and how other people, it's like they will always talk about like how people in the South and the West was getting money. And they're like, we don't understand how you guys, like, we got the record deals, but you guys like driving around in fancy cars, y'all got the diamonds, y'all got the houses, y'all live in a certain type of luxury, and half the country ain't even heard of you at that time anyway.
Right, right.
Of course it switched up, but at that time, like, yeah, because they understood the business in a way that the East Coast never could because they were so busy putting y'all on. Like, I feel like in the West and the South, the reason why they were so business savvy is because they had to actually learn. Like, we got to learn how to do this.
We had to
We
do it
got
for
to
self.
learn.
We
Yeah,
didn't
like,
have no labels. We didn't have no labels that we could run to downtown like LA or New York could. We didn't have that option. You know what I'm saying? So we had to do for self. And it's like that's what P got, and P ran with that shit. And it's like it ain't been nothing but love. Like, we had our little issues when he did the Ice Cream Man thing. Everybody was like, look here, you just stealing the Loonies and Drew Down thing, you just carte blanche. You know what I'm saying? Where it was like, come on now, we know you copy songs, but the way he copied that was like the final straw, and he ended up going back home. You know what I'm saying? Still doing his thing, still getting his paper, but it's like the script had already been laid. Because, like, E40 and the Click, they were the first ones with Jive to get a press and distribute deal for $1 million. They was the first ones.
that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like I hear so much talk of like I've been trying to get JT the Bigger Figure, right? I be talking to him on Instagram, and I didn't really know about all this, and I've learned about this over the last couple of years. He was down in Atlanta fucking with the Amigos, fucking with Gucci Man, putting Young Thug on. He was fucking with all them cats before they got put on. They was all getting the independent script from him when he went to Atlanta. And I was like, so y'all gonna turn around and act like the Bay ain't shit?
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I think people don't really realize how much how much the Bay has just influenced rap overall that they don't even know. Like, so even like I remember I had to tell my son when what's his name, Drum, they made the song called Broccoli, and then
Okay.
Kodak Black was trying to come out saying, well, no one called that broccoli before me. And I was like, let
What?
me show you some E40 real quick. Let me show you some. Let me show you what Ludacris said. They called me Jolly Green Giant because I smoked so much broccoli. Like, no, he didn't invent that or make that cool. Like, this is before this time. And
Way
that's
before.
way before, dude. Like, that wasn't him. That's E40 in
But
them. That's
but
Mac
you know,
Miller in them.
you know what I think the disconnect is so hardcore is like when we were growing up, and Oakland, I can count you in the same category too, because it seems like we got similar mindsets, all three of us. When we were growing up, when it came to hip hop, you paid homage. You paid homage to who did what. You would pay your respects in certain types of ways and stuff like that. Like we grew up that way. A lot of the newer people, they don't pay homage. They don't even know
Right,
where the
right,
stuff comes
right,
from.
right.
They don't know where a lot of the lingo comes from. They don't know that I saw somebody online talking about, yeah, I'm saying this new thing. Yeah, that was hella dope. That was hella this, hella that. Yeah, this is something new and fresh. I was like, no, it's not. People on the West Coast have been saying hella for the longest time. What are you talking about? Like that just there's so much disconnect because people don't know their history.
Well, they
And I
Hey,
think that's the biggest problem is people don't
well,
know their history or don't want to know it, so they want to be that new innovator when honestly most people ain't innovative at all. I think the newest innovative person I've heard in hip hop is Hanuman Kind, and I will stand by that
I've heard
100%.
that name.
That he's a dude that had the Run It Up, the Big Stepper song. Like he is of Indian culture, representing Indian culture
I
Oh,
know
you
you're
got
and
a
talking
his
about.
twist
I know
on
you're
it.
lifestyle with
talking
his
about.
style.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, like he is paving a way that almost nobody has mainstream wise. In hip
Okay.
hop, no. He's to his core, and I think too many people want to be innovators, but they don't have anything innovative to say. They have nothing
Ah,
to say, and there
hey.
lies the problem.
Yeah, it's like they have the passion, they have the
Yep,
angst, they have the energy within, but they don't necessarily have the proper vices or have the understanding or the deference to be able to necessarily convey it in ways that might be more beneficial or more exemplary, like letting what I'm saying. It feels like okay, I say it like this. My partner told me why the youngsters always walking around in Pooh Shiesty masks and hoodies in 100-degree
yeah,
heat. He
yeah,
was like, it's mental. They have no way to deal with what's going on. So they're like
yeah,
using that shit as protection. Their mind
yep.
is using it. They're not hot. They're trying to suppress those emotions and those feelings that they grapple with every day. Because think about
Yep.
this, they don't read. And if you don't read, that means you don't think. You lack critical thinking. You lack
I
that
agree.
understanding. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I see that so much, and I'm just like, my mama was an English teacher. So for me, seventh grade, I stopped showing her essays because my shit was coming back ready to fuck up. I was like, yeah, check this out. We've got the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I realized. So by the time ninth grade came around, she didn't see no homework because I was like, yo, I got you. I peeped your game. I know how we
yeah.
get down around here. You know what I'm saying? But they
Yeah.
didn't get that. And it's like you
Nope.
can see that as in terms of we went from being like old school, no phone to microwave babies, and now you got cell phone babies. It's like you got iPad babies. You know what I'm saying? And it has like just changed everything, along with how society has also changed. You know what I'm saying? It's like people talk about, oh, always one of our gripes. Rap music was this and that and the other before the West Coast. Really? It was niggas already selling coke before niggas was rapping about it. So what is you
Facts.
talking about? So I'm
Yeah,
not
because they
supposed to
looked
rap
up to the
about what
fat
I see?
boys.
That's not what hip hop is. Hip hop is about your environment. You talking about your environment, celebrating whatever your environment may be, your experiences, not shunning someone else because they might have a different lifestyle or do things a little differently somewhere else. Because everywhere, everybody's going to be tribal, original, and do their own thing their own way. But you ain't got to be hating. It's some niggas from Oakland. I don't like their music. I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck that you from Oakland. Either I'm fucking with your shit or I'm not.
Yeah. That's brilliant.
It's a wild dynamic that's out there, but I'm disheartened to see many younger folks. Like I've had motherfuckers be like telling me Atlanta got better weed than Oakland. I'm like, bitch, please,
How is that
please.
possible?
Exactly.
Why
Like
not?
it's not even rational. You didn't even think about what you said. And you know what? That's one thing that I've learned about TikTok is there are a lot more people than I thought before that like to just hear themselves talking.
Yeah.
They like to hear their voice. It's not about their voice making any sense. They're not trying to make a point or trying to convey something or be productive. They just want to hear themselves talk. They want to
I'm
hear their
offended for
voice.
you right now. Somebody really said that they got better stuff in Atlanta than Oak. I
Look,
have been out to
hey, Rick,
Cali
I'm gonna
three
tell you something.
times. Like
If
3 times. And I remember going to In and Out. First time I went to In and Out. I pulled up to In and Out and I smelled it everywhere. I got nervous. There was 2 cops sitting beside us. I was like, I'm going to jail today. And then I realized, nah, that ain't how it work out there. I had something that I don't remember about 2-3 days. I was man, bruh. Whoever
I'm
said
gonna
that, they
tell
out of
you,
their minds.
I'm gonna tell you, bro. They like the more that we're gonna get on here and do this podcast and stuff, the more egregious things you're gonna hear. Like I trust me, it's a never ending, especially when it comes to music, which is why I don't really talk it like that. Like I have fun with certain topics, but a lot of the people made me realize like I do not want to be like a music creator, like where I just speak on music or even speak on
Yeah.
music because you will hear some of the most egregious opinions. And this like TikTok let me know opinions can be wrong. I don't care what no one say. Oh, how can you
Yeah.
say my opinion is wrong? Easy. I'm gonna tell you that it's wrong and it's stupid. Very easy. Yo. Oh man. I think we about going on an hour right here.
Oh
Oh,
snap. Yeah.
oh, we ate that hour up.
Very easily. It's easy flowing. See, that's why you talking about the podcast thing. Our conversations naturally go over X amount of time anyways. We ain't even gotta think about it. It just naturally happens.
Yeah, man. But
See,
dude,
if I would have stayed and pursued my music career, okay, we could be doing this on a grand stage and stuff with Meg the Stallion sitting right beside me as I'm
Mhm.
unleashing all the best music ever. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe I stopped myself from my future.
I
Well,
can't see I cannot see you on the track with Meg and talking
first of all, I would never be on a track with her. I would never be on the track with her because I cannot ruin her music with my voice. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's why I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
okay. All right. I guess that's how we're gonna end
But I
it.
would release an album just to outdo her album because it would be easy. That's all I would.
Wow. You know, it's really crazy that you don't even have more music in that lane, considering the type of person you are when I hear you speak about stuff. Like,
What do you mean, music in that lane?
you should have more Ja Rule music as much as you love women. Like,
He said Ja Rule music.
I
I'm
need,
dying.
I need Rip to be more on some, baby, I need you. Like, I need you more on that. 'Cause
Never,
like, I'm
never
surprised you
happening.
don't have like, I'm surprised you don't have like Pretty Ricky style music or something.
He said
Because I
Pretty Ricky.
I think it's cheesy. I think it's cheesy. That's my issue with making music. If it's cheesy, it's hard for me to do.
Rick,
Like that's
Rick,
why
you're gonna
music
have to
nowadays
slap
is
him next
hardcore
time you see
formulaic.
him.
Yeah. Oh, it's happening. It's happening.
You talking about the Pretty Ricky? I'm like, damn, classic, for real.
Oh, that's yo. That the crazy thing is that's such like a light bar for me. like,
It is.
like,
It
yo,
is in
like I'm
comparison.
gonna tell you one thing that I've had to work on in my life is learning to think before I speak. So there's a lot of times where what I say is something that I thought, and that was the least offensive option. That I'm like, okay, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna make sure they know it's a joke because I don't want them to think I'm serious. So I'm gonna make sure I just say this because I will Because like I'm the type of person where I come up with jokes in my head, like because I'm used to when you roast on the playground, you got to be ready. And people used to make fun of me all the time, so like I got to be ready. So I'm gonna eye you up and down, and if I see something, oh, boom, 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 boom. But I'll be like, all right, now I'm gonna chill out. I'm gonna say the lightest thing I feel like I can because
Sounds like your skills was honed well.
yeah, man. I just like I gotta just chill with it. I gotta be. I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. That make me feel bad when I say stuff and people be like, "What you said really bothered me." I'm like, "Oh man, I wasn't being serious."
Damn.
Trying to chill. I was trying to chill, fam. But all right, y'all, man. This is a fun episode. Like I said, we gonna continue to do this. We gonna. Like, I can't wait for us to build up, and then it just be so crazy. Like when we have like 1,000 people in the live, and then it goes to 10,000 and 50 and 100. Like it's just some wild, crazy number, and then we doing it, man.
No, that's too much pressure. Too much pressure. Too many
He
people.
said it's too much pressure.
Too much pressure. Too many
It
people.
ain't too much.
All right.
What up? The other Jamal.
What's up, Jamal? Hey, yeah, man, 10,000 though classic. That's whew. That's a lot of movement right there.
Yeah, and that's what I'm going for, man. I don't look. I done talked myself into not thinking realistically. I'm a be as delusional as ever, and like
Ah,
I'm a be that. I no longer want to think realistically. I want to think delusionally, and
I mean, if you release your album, all right, that'll bring the people. All right, it's simple. Just release your music. Stop playing around. All right.
uh-oh.
all right, okay. Oh no, okay. Bust a freestyle right now. I'll release some music. Go ahead.
I don't. You already know I don't freestyle.
No, I'm putting you on the spot. Nah, you put
You
me
already
on
know
the
I
spot.
don't
I'll put you on
freestyle.
the spot.
That's
You
funny.
already know I don't freestyle.
Yes, you
Hey,
do.
you tell him, Rip, you tell him I'm like too short and E40. Pay style. No freestyle. Pay style only.
I love that. I love that.
That's hilarious.
Cause neither one of them really freestyle at all. They write their rhymes. You know what I'm saying? That ain't even. They got pen. Their pen. Their style.
See, and that's the thing. I can do one of my own verses, one of my own style, freestyle. Like, and I hate how freestyles aren't freestyles anymore. And people will lie about them. It's like, yeah, that came off the dome. It's like, nah, nigga, you had it in your book.
Nah.
You
Yo,
wrote
Right.
that in your
right.
composition notebook.
Yo, they
And
be
it's
having
like,
like a
nah,
whole chorus and being like, "Yeah, this is off the top of the head." Like, shut up.
yeah,
Like,
like
what?
don't
No.
do that.
You
Hey,
had
but
a whole
as
chorus.
time has gone on, meanings have changed. You know what I'm saying? New meanings have come up. New colloquialisms have come along. Cause I'm gonna tell you something. I'm old enough to know I still don't understand an instant classic. I don't understand that.
Yeah,
That's
I
an
get that. Yeah,
oxymoron. That is an
yeah.
oxymoron.
Facts.
And you
I
got
feel it.
motherfuckers that's in the know just talking shit, talking about an instant classic, and I'm like, yo, you warping yourself from the onset. Where if that's what you're thinking, your end analysis is going to be skewed.
That part.
For
You
real.
come in with a biased perspective. It can't be an instant classic. It hasn't withstood the test of
Now
time.
you
If
can
you
make
listen
it.
to it 10 times, like, is it still hitting the same? If you listen to it a month from now, is it still hitting the same? If such and such release a different album that's your favorite, is it still hitting on that top? Like, nah, that instant classic stuff. I heard somebody say that about GNX. I like GNX.
Oh,
Is it
that's
an
no.
instant
There's
classic?
no way.
No.
There's no
Not
way.
yet.
That's not
Not
a classic.
yet.
I don't
No.
even see it.
No.
I don't even see that being a classic in the next couple years. Is it a great album? Yes. Is it a classic? I don't see that being like
Now, what
legacy.
would be the difference between that great and classic album? What would make it be classic versus just great?
Okay,
Take
so
two
here.
songs off.
Okay, yeah. So with me, how I look at it is like this. When I look at a classic album, it is an album that has it shifted culture. It was a big moment. It was something really special. But the thing is, like, there's moments where, like, oh yeah, it was a dope moment, but we kind of see over time, like, nah, that was just a really good album. it's not necessarily a classic. Meaning the music on it is good, but it's not like something that changed the game like that. You feel what I'm saying? So like, what?
Classic. What did you say?
Huh?
What did you say? I don't think I heard you right. You said that shifted culture. You don't believe that GNX dropping shifted anything?
I mean, did he do anything new on it? Like he did. What he did was he went back to the West Coast, used more West Coast sounds. I don't think it shifted culture. Okay, let me.
Caveat:
Yeah, like
Bay Area
caveat.
sound,
Yeah,
not
like
just West Coast.
okay, so I think I understand what you're about to get at, like how the culture, like pretty much because he took over from the beef, and then like culturally, like GNX was just one of those albums that. But I'm talking about like I don't think he did anything new on that album that
You were
was
crazy.
different
Oh my
than
god.
anything that he's done before or
What
that
are you
someone
talking?
hasn't done before. Like it's
Oh, okay.
Okay, well,
I
we
wholeheartedly
have a difference of
disagree.
opinion.
oh
I
okay yeah
wholeheartedly disagree for the fact that Oakland pointed it out too. He had Bay vibes on there. First of all, when was the
yeah
last time you heard anybody really pay attention to the West hardcore like that? Like, yeah, you had Tyler the Creator, but that's like some people because he weird like that. A lot of people don't really mess with him like that. Kendrick dropped G
Maybe
in it.
Nipsey, maybe the
Yeah,
game.
Nipsey. The game. Nah, the game been on some weirdo stuff for a while. But
Well,
I
you
would
know
say
like,
what?
Nipsey.
I was just putting out there. I'm definitely a not game fan, but I was just
okay,
throwing that out there as in terms of names that were able to. The game is more important outside of California than he is in.
yeah, I've
I
heard
can
that before.
agree.
Actually,
I
I've
can
definitely
agree.
heard that before.
I agree.
I heard he's got a lot more sway in like New York and stuff than he does over in the West. But
Yes, we
like,
don't fuck with and hey, somebody else who put him on. JT the bigger figure turned his back on him when he got it when he came up.
hmm,
I'm gonna have to do
that's
my
crazy.
research on
Yeah,
JT.
yeah. I was about to say
Yep, the
that's
game
cool.
came up to the Bay Area and got put on by JT the bigger figure.
That's crazy. That's
I'm
crazy.
telling you, if so, I'm writing this book, right? Well, I'm paused right now because I'm dealing with some life shit, but I'm in the midst of writing this book that will kind of like, from my perspective, delve into the Oakland kind of tree in hip hop, in music. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
in a quantifiable sense, not only through ethnographic, but also through interviews and all through also through like analysis of it's a lot of pieces that people overlook and then they don't understand exactly what's going on. And then, like I said, they end up with the incorrect analysis. You know what I'm saying? Like if somewhere along the line in your process you messed up, you didn't carry that one, your end number is gonna be off.
yeah,
And I'm just saying, like for and I understand I have a true overcompensation for being from Oakland, but like the last live we was in, and like Classic was like, yeah, Oakland, yeah, but if you go and you look at my page, or I can even show you my Spotify most played songs. Most played songs right now is DJ Craze, a boom bap. He had two mixtapes boom bap songs, like 30 songs apiece. That's all I've been playing lately. Straight in East Oakland. You feel me? All day, every
yeah.
day. That's what I've been playing. Now, of course, it'll be mixed in where it might be some short here, might be some keep the sneak there. But like I fucks with it
Yo,
all
keep the
because we was
sneak.
raised on it all.
Yeah, keep the sneakers so dope. Okay, so I want to
Yo,
be clear though. I just want I ain't mean that you only play like Oakland people, but what I
Right, right,
say
right.
like you just put on for you make sure to put on for your city. Like you do listen to everything, which is why we connect and we cool. But I know for a fact like you definitely were like, hey, look, now I gotta let y'all know where it started and everything else. And then what make it so dope is that you'll say something and then like a West Coast artist will have like an interview and say the exact same thing, and I'll be like, "Yo, Oakland was just talking about that." Like Oakland just said that when we
Hey,
went
and
live.
all of that is going in the book. My experience of at one point when we were children, we listen to the music that our parents listened to. You know what I'm saying? That was around us. So I got like, jazz music, James Brown, Parliament. I got all of that as a child. But then as I started to grow up, there was an in-between phase for me. Like, say, for instance, I'd say 11 to maybe 12, 13, I went through a Billy Idol phase. I went through a Duran Duran phase. You know what I'm saying? I went through a Tears for Fears phase. And, that started to mold my ear. So then I get to like ninth grade. I've been playing trumpet for a couple of years. Now I'm incorporating the jazz that I heard before, but I'm also trying to play along my Too Short songs. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not too many people that you're going to find that are from Oakland that also have like the grasp on everything else. You know what I'm saying? I've been to New York, you know what I'm saying, in the 90s, in the studio with Busta Rhymes and Brand Nubian and all them. I didn't seen that. I done been there and got a chance to soak that up, being from Oakland. And so it's like I got this like perspective that I kind of, want to share and share in the sense of it is a passion of mine because I love the music, because I love how the music makes me feel. That you're feeling, when you hear a beat or you hear a part of a song and it just makes you go bonkers. You know what I'm saying? Like that feeling that I still have and I still love and I'm able to, even throughout life and perseverance, I still got that. You know what I'm saying? I'm still able to, like, if I find a new song, I'm like, hey, that's the shit. If I find an old song that maybe I listened to before but didn't, put it all the way together and now I do, I'm like, hey, in the playlist it goes. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, everybody's got their preferences, and that's fine because everybody's not gonna have. I don't want everybody to like what I'm like. That's not cool. I want you to be yourself. That's what I was raised to do. You know what I'm saying? That's what Two Short said back in '88. All you got to do is just be yourself.
Back.
It's true.
And first off, and before we leave this, because I really do got to go. We'll talk for another 2 hours. I know we will. But I want to say this to one thing you just said, and the fact that you went through a Tears for Fear phase. I'm gonna go on record and say, "Everybody Wants to Rule the World" is one of the greatest songs ever made. I don't know what it is about that song, but I swear to you, that's one of the greatest songs ever. It's a whole vibe and feeling. Like it just, well, for whatever reason, every time I hear it, I'm like, this got to be like this got to be top 10, one of the greatest songs ever made. Like I don't know what it is about it, but I will go on record with that because Lord knows I'll listen to Tears for Fears. I went through like a 80s rock phase, boy. I'm talking about Bon Jovi and them, Skid Row. Like I'm playing all them joints. That 18 for Life is solid. Like I definitely went through a rock phase, even when like the Papa Roaches and all them was out. And like you said, like yeah, we just love like we all here. We love like a variety of music. Like our playlist be so crazy. Like if you get in the car with me, you're gonna be listening to some R&B, some rap, some country, some rock and roll, some 80s music. You definitely gonna be listening to some 70s stuff too. Like because and that's what make us who we are, and we realize that's why we love music and have these convos, man. But we definitely I'm gonna draw it here. 'Cause like I said, I know we'll be talking for another 3-4 hours because and it'll go.
Mm-hmm.
But next Wednesday, oh, I can't wait for that conversation. And in Oakland, you're more than welcome to join. You feel me, man? And yeah, so this is the Retired Nobodies podcast. Thank you guys for joining. Hopefully this one don't skip crazy so I can post it and we can actually
Fingers crossed.
with it.
Fingers crossed.
Crossed. Yeah, because I wasn't even able to record on BandLab. I think I got to pay for it because they only gave me like a 15-minute limit. So
Yeah.
fingers crossed. We'll see what happens. But anyway, shout out to Rip. Shout out to Oakland. Shout out to everyone who stopped through. And yeah, we'll see you guys next Wednesday at like 11:30. And hey, y'all be cool.
All right,
Went to
peace out,
11:15
man.
to 11:30. All right, Oakland. Good meeting you, man. You cool people. Definitely
For
cool
sure, for
people.
sure. All good, man. You too. All right, classic. See y'all around.
All right, see you, class.